Welcome people, back to Big Si Blogs. Yes, I'm Big Si. So, this video today is just is Tommy Robinson, and he's just making his take on Sikhs and the general community. The Sikh people now, you know, they are good people. You know, you got murderers in the British community and you got murderers in all different other communities. He's just making it clear it's not the Sikh community. It's these individual horrible monsters that obviously went out on purpose to kill somebody, because I shared a video a couple of days ago and it actually shows you a bit of road rage and they're threatening somebody with a knife then.
And near St Denis Road, he crosses paths with a man who's just walking the other way. The pavement's narrow, so they brush shoulders as they pass. That's something that should have been nothing, but it wasn't nothing. The man becomes irritated. Henry's still recording at this point. He's filming him and he's calling him a bad man.
Recording him. Yo, come on, man, please.
Właśnie to samochodu koniec.
You got big problem, mate.
Właśnie.
You got big problem. No knife, no knife, no
Właśnie
knife.
do samochodu, kurwa. Do
No,
samochodu
kurwa, knife.
właśnie.
And then a couple of weeks before, there's a video floating around with threatening somebody else with a knife. He's desperate to use that knife. Well, it's put poor Henry in a place he shouldn't be, and it's put that vile, horrible monster of a jumped up little arsewipe of a I don't know what the words are, in prison for hopefully life. And when I say life, I mean life sentence. So let's just have a look at these pieces of shit that were involved with Henry's murder. The police officers must have exposed them, and that dollop of shit that murdered him as well, and his brother. So let's just have a look at these pieces of shit. He's Tommy Robinson, just giving his take on the Sikh community and his thoughts in general. I'm Big Si. Don't forget to give me a like and a follow. Also, I'm doing a membership. If you want to be in a membership of the channel, you're going to get extra footage and different things. And here's the video
of Henry. A little rant. Is it a little rant? I just think it's important. Look, a horrific murder. And I'm going to get a load of backlash on this from wankers, yeah? The horrific murder of Henry by a Sikh, yeah? That man doesn't represent Sikhs. He wasn't religiously taught to do that murder. He's betrayed his own community. He's betrayed his faith. I've spent years getting to know the Sikh community. They are a wonderful community, yeah? And I see the comments saying, they've got to go, and they've all got to go, yeah? I just think, do you know what? All you people that are saying that, where the fuck were you 10 years ago? Where the fuck were you when we were doing the EDL anyway? There's so many people now spouting out a lot of shit where the foundations were built for you to even feel like you can say that shit. And then you all want to have a dig at me because I don't want to deport Sikhs. Yeah? Not just not want to deport Sikhs. I've travelled their temples. You couldn't meet a nicer community. You couldn't. Yeah? Hard working. Families. They are the biggest owners of properties and businesses. They respect our country. They're very religious when they're at home, pretty much. They get involved. And Churchill promised them, because 88,000 Sikhs died wearing their turban. And Churchill promised them, you will forever be free to wear that turban in our country. Forever, yeah? He made a promise to the Sikhs. Sikhism is a warrior race formed to protect against Islam. I just think, I find it really frustrating because the Sikhs have come out and made multiple comments on this, multiple statements. Like, I don't know if they had to, because this isn't common practice for the Sikh community. The Muslim community don't do that. They don't do that. So I really think, to the people who are just going, and I'm reading lots of fucking negative comments against the Sikh community, you fucking don't know any of them. Not really, you probably don't. And I'm telling you, they are the best, decent, loyal men. Do you know what they've done? They formed a gang called Sula Punjab in the 70s and 80s. And temples have to put forward men as volunteers And when the Sikh girls get targeted by Muslim gangs, hundreds of men turn up. They got organised. Do you know there was a case in Leicester Leicester a few years ago? A Sikh girl was raped and the police were doing nothing. And then 19 Sikhs, the business they owned, the Muslims, the property they owned, and another business got obliterated at the same time. The Muslims was chopped up, they were stabbed up. The police had already come out before this and made a statement saying it's all rumours about grooming. It's not rumours, they anally raped a Sikh girl, yeah? But that's what the head of the police stood on TV and lied. He said it's all rumours about grooming. Now, the Sikhs went and took revenge. When the police fail you, what chance do you have? So 19, I think, went to jail. 19 Sikhs went to jail for that case. And then their temples collect for them and support their families. At some point, men have to step up. At some point. We're not organised. We need to be. When they're targeting young girls, there should be 100, 200 Englishmen turn up. Give the girls back. Yeah? Where's the girls? But the Sikhs got organised. So I had lots of meetings with these groups over the years in how we could... And do you know what? I went down to a Sikh temple, a summer school, and the kids on the estate was smashing it, throwing rocks at them, calling them terrorists, and chanting EDL. So I was leader of EDL, so I went over on the estate on a Friday night, met all the kids, about 50 of them. I said, what's going on up at the school, lads? They said, they're fucking terrorists. And it's just education. Because I said, they're not terrorists, lads. They fucking hate them. Their whole history. Do you know when you saw the people getting burned alive by ISIS? Go into a Sikh temple. You'll have all their gurus sitting, getting boiled alive, sword in half. They didn't convert. So, when shit hits the fan in the UK, when it does, because it's gonna, the Sikhs will be by our side. The Sikhs will be by our side. And I just think, for the great Sikhs I know, and I think about the community work they do, and the reaching out they've done to us as nationalists, to British patriotic groups, we see them at every one of our events. To then see people trying to turn this one scumbag's murder into something against an entire community. That's what it is. That's what's being said. And it has to be called out. It has to be called out. Yeah, he was a scumbag. His brother's a scumbag. The family is scumbags. Do you know he robbed his own Sikh temple? He was barred from his own Sikh temple. He's a fucking scumbag. Yeah? He's not representative of Sikhs or the Sikh community. Every fucking community's got a scumbag. Yeah? Just the Islamic community's got a lot more. But he's a fucking scumbag. And I think when you're thinking about it, if you don't know Sikhs, maybe you don't know them. Maybe you've not lived with them. You know? I've had the privilege of getting to know so many. So that's mine. I just feel a bit, when I read the comments, and there's a lot of attacks against me. Oh, you love the Sikhs, you love the Sikhs. You love the fucking Sikhs. I respect the Sikhs. I'm not going to say I don't. I respect them. I respect them. And I've worked with them and had a good relationship with them to tackle grooming for nearly 20 years. They've offered support many times. We've offered them support. So, they're not here imposing on anyone. They're not. They're not here selling heroin. They're not here raping. They're here working hard, building good, decent families. I know Sikhs all grew up in Luton. So yeah, that's just, I was just reading it. It annoys me a bit, because we worked as the English Defence League for 5 years to make sure the public were aware of the difference between Muslims and Sikhs. Because I'm from Luton, I know the difference. But many didn't. When we'd set up the EDL, many didn't. So, and that shouldn't be our job, to teach the public the great work the Sikh community have done for Britain. That shouldn't be our job. But that's all this video is. Devastating what's happened to Henry and his family. Absolutely fucking devastating. But it's happened by a murderer. I don't think him being Sikh has anything to do with it. That's it. He's a scumbag. You know? He's a fucking scumbag. Just my take. Yeah, just my take. Because I'm reading so many comments.
So bearing in mind, the Sikh community are absolutely lovely people. Yeah, I know a few Sikh people. You can't be responsible for everybody's individual actions. That's what the word is. as against the community, because they are lovely people. We've got some horrible people in the British community as well. So, yeah, leave your comments.